on your side. This is WNCT 9 News at 6.
Outside this evening, temperature readings are nice and pleasant, and the sunshine is out. It's been a picture-perfect day of weather, not just along the coast, but for inland areas too. 70 degrees currently in Greenville, a little cooler in Cape Hatteras, Englehart at 62, 69 degrees over in Beaufort. No rainfall to slow you down out there tonight. We're under mostly clear skies, and that'll be the case right on through sunrise tomorrow morning. Will we stay dry through the weekend, though? That's the big question mark, as a few minor disturbances may eventually head our way. So enjoy the sunshine for now while it's here. We'll talk about your 7-day forecast coming up. The longest running newscast in the East starts now.
This continues to be a #1 priority of this office because it has taken more lives in this county than anything else.
Now at 6, another major effort to keep drugs off the streets. The latest from the Craven County Sheriff on the results of an investigation.
Plus, a big-name country music icon is coming to Duplin County in June. Just ahead, who this artist is and the impact this will have on the area.
And fact-checking candidates. We're digging deeper into last night's debate and what was said on the major issues in the race for the U.S. Senate. And good evening, everyone. I'm Ken Watlington.
And I'm Angie Casada. Thanks for joining us. A massive drug bust in Craven County is putting dozens of individuals behind bars. Not only were multiple drugs taken off the streets, but illegal guns as well.
Now on your side's Claire Mollet brings us those results and what county leaders are saying about the efforts to keep drugs and guns out of their community.
Craven County Sheriff Chip Hughes says this investigation led to 143 felony charges, 71 of which were trafficking charges, meaning therefore the distribution and selling of significant amounts of illegal narcotics. Hughes says they seized significant quantities of methamphetamine, cocaine, crack cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and pills. There were also 24 charges for the possession of illegal firearms, all of which were also seized. And Hughes says the sheriff's office has made prosecuting drug offenders their #1 priority, explaining drug overdoses have killed more people in Craven County than anything else.
Illegal drugs continue to negatively affect our communities, leading to drug abuse and addiction, which not only harms the users but destroys families and leads to overdoses and sometimes death. This year to date, the sheriff's office has responded to 50 overdoses. Which have resulted in 8 overdose deaths.
And District Attorney Scott Thomas says he has added an additional prosecutor to his team to focus on drug crimes. Both Thomas and Hughes say they have programs in place for offenders that want to seek help for drug addiction. But for repeat offenders and those who continue to sell drugs on our streets, they will seek active prison sentences. Hughes says the community plays a critical role in keeping these people and drugs off the streets, saying calling the sheriff's office if you suspect anything is crucial to the success of their investigations. In Craven County, Claire Mollet, 9 on your side.
Tracking crime in Jacksonville now. Thomas Foskey is facing a number of child sex crime charges. Onslow County officials say his Friday arrest came after an incident back in March. Detectives also identified 2 other victims who say he abused and neglected them. Foskey is now in the Onslow County Detention Center under a $601,000 bond.
Also in Onslow County today, Jacksonville residents had a chance to learn about fair housing. Today's seminar focused on what fair housing is and the rights people have when choosing a place to live, and also explained to potential homeowners or renters on what discrimination looks like in the housing market. The Jacksonville Board of Realtors explains why these seminars are important.
We've heard that there have been some instances where people may have felt like they had a fair housing issue in Onslow County, and that happens everywhere across the country, but we feel like we can kind of combat that with education.
Another event is planned for the fall, but in the meantime, if you're looking for resources dealing with fair housing, we've got a link posted over on WNCT.com.
Something exciting is on the horizon for one county in the East. Country music artist Travis Tritt is coming to the Duplin Events Center on June 25th, along with fellow artists Cameron Marlowe and Larry Fleet.
Now, on your side, Cheyenne Pagan spoke with county leaders and joins us now with how this concert will boost their economy. She's live outside the Events Center. So, Cheyenne, this is something that community is really anticipating.
Angie, Ken, that is right. They are hoping for every single seat in this building behind me to be packed, and the community is ready.
I'm very excited. It is a huge impact anytime there's anything as this concert at the end of June. It does not just impact me, but all of Duplin County.
About a 5-minute drive up the road from the event center is the restaurant The Country Squire, and they say they're ready because when tourists come to the area,
they eat, they get gas, they go to the grocery store.
The Country Squire is also a motel and a winery, so they're excited for the potential business this could bring to the area.
It has been a very long time since we've had any kind of a concert of this size and this magnitude.
Economic Development Director for the county, Carrie Shields, says they are expecting hotels to be full and restaurants to be packed.
We're just expecting a lot of excitement, a lot of buzz. We'll know more about impact when tickets go on sale.
The event center says their phones have been ringing off the hook since they announced the artist.
People are ready, they're excited, and we're excited as well.
And for the Country Squire, they're looking forward to that weekend.
The restaurant has been here 62 years, so a lot of memories in all these walls, and something like this can keep us going, certainly.
They have not announced when tickets will go on sale yet, but say to keep checking their social media pages for updates. We have a link posted to that on our website at WNCT.com. Live in Duplin County, Cheyenne Pagan 9 on your side.
Cheyenne, thank you. WNCT is your local election headquarters, and following the GOP Senate debate we hosted last night, we're taking a closer look at some of the claims the candidates made. Congressman Ted Budd declined to attend, but his top competitors spent much of the time attacking him and his record, including his record on former President Trump's border wall. Former Governor Pat McCrory said Budd is avoiding his record on voting against the wall. In 2018, Republicans in the House tried to get two versions of an immigration bill passed, but both failed. Budd was among those who voted against the second and told us why he backed the original version.
Which got more votes and had more Republican votes and had more funding in it. And I'm supporting the one that the National Border Patrol Council supported, which had more border funding. So it's very deceptive.
The day of that vote, Trump urged Republicans to vote in favor of the bill Budd rejected, calling it strong but fair.
And we continue to take a closer look tonight at the claims made in the debate, the response to the COVID-19 pandemic, another major issue in the race for our state's open U.S. Senate seat.
Our Capitol reporter Michael Hyland is live in Raleigh. And Michael, one of those claims has to do with relief money that went to businesses.
Right. For so many business owners, it was hard to get that help when they needed it the most. And during the debate, one of the candidates questioned how that money ended up where it did. Former Governor Pat McCrory and former Congressman Mark Walker are among the leading Republicans hoping to win North Carolina's open U.S. Senate seat this year. During the debate we hosted Tuesday night, Walker made a claim about Congressman Ted Budd, who declined to participate in the debate. When asked about federal spending during the pandemic, Walker brought up the Paycheck Protection Program, which was aimed at helping businesses continue to pay their workers.
Out of 147,000 businesses in the Southeast, there was only one company that received the full $10 million PP grant package. That was the Budd's family business.
A search of data from the Small Business Administration shows the Budd Group, which Ted Budd's family owns, did receive the maximum loan amount. So did 10 other businesses in North Carolina. But Walker says the family connection is a problem. Budd voted for additional funding for the program and called it a lifeline. Later in the debate, Governor McCrory pushed back on a series of ads by the group Club for Growth attacking him.
He's bought and paid for by a third-party group that's paying $14 million of ads, deceitful ads against both Mark and myself.
In this one, Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson accuses McCrory of putting liberals in charge of school textbooks. It's a reference to McCrory appointing people to the state's textbook commission when he was governor. State law calls for the governor to choose those people based on recommendations from the superintendent of public instruction, who was a Democrat at the time. The commission only makes recommendations to the State Board of Education on what books to use and does not have the final say. This was the final debate before the primary. In-person early voting begins tomorrow, with the primary itself being on the 17th of May. Live in Raleigh, Michael Hyland, 9 on your side.
Michael, thanks. And with the debate last night, that brings us to tomorrow, when early and one-stop polling locations open. Voting will run through May 14th. Primary election day is May 17th. You can cast your ballot at any early voting site within your county. Also note that you will be able to register to vote or update your address at the same time you cast your ballot.
And as we continue our election coverage leading up to the primary, make sure to stay updated on all local politics by visiting our website. That's WNCT.com. You can also download the free WNCT 9 on your side mobile app to get all the latest election updates on the go.
Our continuing coverage of Russia's war on Ukraine shifts tonight from the fighting to the release of a former U.S. Marine from Russian prison today. Despite high tensions between the U.S. and Russia because of the war, the Biden administration successfully negotiated the swap of Trevor Reed in exchange for a convicted Russian drug dealer.
It's a huge moment today that speaks to President Biden's commitment to bring home Americans held hostage and wrongfully detained around the world.
2 more Americans remain in Russian custody. Corporate security executive Paul Whelan, who was arrested in 2018, and in February, WNBA star Brittany Griner was detained after authorities said they found cannabis oil vape cartridges in her luggage.
Festivals making a return to Eastern North Carolina this spring. Still to come at 6, the festival that got started today in Grifton and what you can expect this year.
Perfect weather just to be outside today, and it looks like it's going to continue for a while longer, but a few subtle changes for the weekend. We'll talk about it next.